here's what I guess got this lady fired. I guess this is all you need to say to get fired.
Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department?
In LA, that'll get you fired.
Oh, shit.
Period. Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department and our city?
It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say justifiably what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community.
Did they fail you?
That is our job, and I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs.
Did they fail you?
Yes.
Chief Kristen Crowley, I believe the anchors wanted to ask a question back there. Had some comments.
We do, Gigi. If you could please ask her regarding the Times article that came out that the Santa Ynez Reservoir was closed to repairs and it was empty. 117 million gallons of water could have been used in this fight.
The question is about the Santa Ynez Reservoir being empty. There's been a lot of questions about that.
Sure. So my stance on this is when a firefighter comes up to a hydrant, we expect there's going to be water. We don't control the water supply. Our firefighters are there to protect lives and property and to make sure that we're properly trained and equipped. That's my position on this. So if there's no water, I don't know how the water gets to the hydrants. Please defer that to DWP or whomever controls that part. But I can tell you the resiliency of our firefighters, if there's no water, they're going to go find water. They're going to figure out a way to do the best they can with what they've got in a very dynamic situation.
And I know you expressed concerns that those DWP hydrants would not be inspected thoroughly because of the budget cuts.
That is something to discuss, and we're going to look into that in regard to how we can ensure there's going to be water when we need it. But in the end, I'm going to defer that to DWP and whomever else controls the supply. I can guarantee you that when our firefighters showed up on that day with what they had, they did absolutely everything they could do to rescue and
then like that transitioned just a few hours later to freaking this. Where's this thing? So LA Chief Kristen Crowley dismissed by Mayor Karen Bass after scathing criticism over Inferno response. So this is like the blind leading the blind, but dude, so it's coming out today that they, like she said in the video, they drained the closest reservoir to them for repairs like last month.
Now it's making me think that there's something intentional going on. I don't know if it is, but if whatever it is behind the scenes, if I was a conspiracy theorist, now it sounds too crazy for me. There's only so many coincidences, unless this is just one of those things. It's a perfect storm where everything that could go wrong did.
Reservoir in worst fire ravaged area of LA had been drained for repairs when blaze erupted. A major reservoir in the area, had been drained and closed for repairs when the deadly blaze broke out this week. And a report Friday said, troubling news surfaced 2 days after firefighters in the Pacific region ran out of water from local hydrants of low pressure as flames raged. Oh yeah, and then they said too that all the hydrants in that area, they like failed to inspect them. And simple thing. You're supposed to clear out the brush or whatever, like do the controlled burns. They canceled the controlled burns, like for no good reason. They just like statewide, they started canceling the controlled burns this year. And if
I have a few things to say. Go.
Before,
so all of this is crazy, but first I want to go back to the clip you just showed.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the fire chief, you would think that you would know at all times how much water you have and where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, this should just be common sense. This is like the most basic rudimentary thing that you should know. Rudimentary, part of my English, but whatever. All right, but she should know this at all times. Here's where the water is. Here's how much we have, and then what to do in case it starts running low and who to speak to. But now it's looking, as you said, all of these cannot be a coincidence. All these things are just lining up to some major conspiracy, and I'm glad we're in the era now where all these things can't just be easily covered up, where news is reaching people faster and everyone's working together to put out this stuff, to expose people and let them know what's really going on.
Yeah, like and I'm going to show you in a second why I think they might be doing this, because there's literally like headlines writing on the wall talking about it. I mean, so you're from this area. Would you agree that this is like possibly, arguably, like the most valuable real estate in the entire country?
Yeah, I would think so. LA, I mean, I don't know what could be more expensive than Pacific Palisades property or Calabasas property.
Right. And
This
then,
makes me so mad. You don't even have to say anything. You know who did get a bunch of this money, and you might
Who?
already have it. Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
their fire trucks are fine. They're ready to go. I mean, this is it's infuriating to me that we live in the United States, the most prosperous country in the world, and we can't even do basic things such as have water for our fire department.
Like, what a freaking hellhole. I mean, like there's this, like there's no good explanation for this, and then you get like you have the biggest homeless problem, and then like, you get 24 billion from that, and then it disappears, and then Biden comes out yesterday saying that the United States federal government is going to cover the full expense of what's happening here, and like no questions asked. The next 18 months, they're going to pay for everything that needs to be rebuilt, and I find that quite a coincidence, because what was happening in this area, like a big thing that I think just got approved, is that they're trying to actually build a whole smart city thing in this area.
I said it. Right?
Mhm.
Or I knew
Yep,
it.
you
I
sure
the
did.
government's gonna come in.